Okay, hey everybody. Derek and I are here. Earlier, Cheryl, Derek, and I were at a doing another mission, earlier mission, about a homeless building. I don't know.
This used to be a Radisson.
All right, so we're now here at this what used to be a Radisson hotel, and we've just been asked to leave the property. And
the property owned by the Sunway Group.
Yeah, we'll get you to tell the whole story. So I'll just give them a little tour. I won't show the children because I don't really think that's the right thing to do. But I will show you the little cage that they're playing in. You can hear them. So this is this old Radisson, which is now looks to me like it's a refugee building. So you can see them playing basketball there. Hi Mark Taylor, always good to see you. So yeah, no, I'm not going to show you the children, but they're in this kind of fenced in area here to play ball. And in the back are a whole lot of buses and old limousines. So we kind of assume, we don't know necessarily, assume these are used to bus in refugees. So that's the back. And of course the security don't want us here, but we're outside of their private property, so we're just doing this. And again, I'm not going to show the children. And that breeze might be getting in the way of the voice. But we'll get Derek to tell the story about this place. Let's get into a bit of a less windy place so that your voice can be picked up. But it does look like the last one we were at was the Delta Hotel at Kennedy and 401. And you can go on to Derek's Live on Facebook, and I think he's going to put it up on Twitter at some point. But you'll see that was definitely a homeless shelter in a great big Delta Hotel, and just like a drug den because they have the safe supply in there. And there was definitely addicts in that building. I was allowed to go in. I was accompanied by one of the residents, we'll call them. And I went in. It was dark and dreary and nasty, and they definitely have safe supply in there, in quotation marks. It's really just a drug den, as Pierre said. So that one was that, and they did have refugees in the Delta. But now we're at this one. What is this one called?
This used to be called the Radisson.
Oh, the Radisson. And so it's at
Victoria Park on 401, just off of Consumers Road. So, going back over the last 8 months, I've started researching these hotels. And you remember the first one we did was up in Markham. It was called the Edwards Hotel. And the Edwards Hotel was actually a 5-star hotel. And it was very interesting. Because a lot of meetings that Liberals and Trudeau had with suspected CCP agents were at the Edwards Hotel. So then I said, So I started working backwards. So the Edwards Hotel now is just what we talked about. It's been handed over as community housing and for refugees. So that was the first one. And then we kind of got distracted over the winter and things. So I went back on. Now, the Edwards Hotel is where I started saying, who owns the Edwards Hotel? So it's a company called the Sunway Group, which is owned by a guy named Radisson Gupta. So then I started researching. And then you can go on the Sunway Group, and you can look up all his hotels, Radisson Gupta, Sunway Group. All his hotels are listed as actual functioning hotels. But where we were at, the Delta East Hotel, that's a drug den.
Oh, it's functioning all right as a drug den.
Yes. The Radisson.
Look at this. Look at this. Big hotel. They used to be a functioning hotel.
So all his hotels have been converted over to this. So then I'm thinking, well, how did this happen? How can one guy convert all his hotels over to refugee and drug hotels? Why? I started researching. And lots of pictures of Radisson Gupta with Trudeau.
With who? Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister.
Justin Trudeau.
Okay.
Justin Trudeau. So he's one of Justin Trudeau's biggest donors. Now, Radisson Gupta also owes the city of Oshawa big money. In fact, there's been a lot of issues with him reneging on promises with Oshawa. So functioning hotel in his whole portfolio is in Oshawa, which is the Marriott. But he has another hotel in Oshawa that is actually like this, become for migrants and drug hotels. So that's a big smelly fish. It's a big smelly fish, and I'm hoping that this gets out to the mainstream even more, get some more eyes on top of this, get conservatives' eyes on top of this, because someone's gotten very rich with connections to the Liberals.
Yeah.
And it needs to be found. Now, the other thing that's very, very, very interesting. So as I was researching Ratan Gupta, I found out that he owns a law firm. He owns a law firm. So I said, an immigration law firm. So I did research on him. I said, is he a lawyer? No, he's not a lawyer, but his partner is a lawyer. And the company is called Golden Maple Immigration. So I said, okay, that's interesting. So I decided to pay Golden Maple Immigration a visit. So I went. So at the address, it's a law firm, but it's a real estate law firm. There's no immigration law firm at all. So I go in. And it is the actual guy that's listed as a partner under the business directors. It shows that him and Ratan Gupta own this. And boy, did he not want me there. He did not want me in that place at all.
Now, is this guy Indian descent?
No, he's Jewish.
Jewish.
Yeah.
Gupta. But that's
no, Gupta, his partner.
Oh, his partner's the Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So they did not want me to do any sort of an interview there. So as we find out a lot about immigration fraud and things like that. But just think, so a guy who owns all these hotels, he's bringing in migrants, also owns an immigration company.
Oh, yeah, that's a little fishy.
And how does the
say the
hotel?
least.
Now it also gets even more fishy. So Ratan Gupta, along with hotels, is he owns lots of houses, apartment buildings, he builds condos and everything like that. So I don't know if everyone remembers just recently a guy called the Crypto King was sentenced and in jail. So the Crypto King basically was a fraudster, promising this money laundering and things of that nature, that he was using cryptocurrencies, and it was almost like a fraud and a pyramid scheme at the same time. So the Crypto King leased this massive mansion from Mr. Gupta in Mississauga. So huge. So the Crypto King has, a lot of clients that maybe live on the other side of the tracks or what have you. He was cross-section. So the Crypto King was kidnapped and he was held for ransom. So they kidnapped him out of the house that Mr. Ratan Gupta owned. Then there was $3 million US was his to let him go, was the ransom. Guess who paid that $3 million US? Ray Gupta, Ratan Gupta, the guy that owns these hotels. So he paid the ransom for the Crypto King. And basically what happened is they did release the Crypto King. They blindfolded him, they got the $3 million, then they dropped him off on a street corner in Toronto.
Now this was reported on, was it not?
Oh yes, it was all reported on.
Yeah.
But my problem is, we're just regular people, right?
Yeah, just doing our thing here.
I keep reading all these mainstream stories about the Crypto King, blah blah blah, and none of them mention Gupta, none of them mention these hotels, and none of them mention that he's the biggest donor to the Liberals. And I'm thinking, so CBC, CTV, all of these, they report the Crypto King, they report that they do everything. They report the ransom, that the ransom was paid. They don't mention that Gupta paid. And this was just me, probably 2 afternoons, just researching this and driving by. And mainstream media can't do that. Why? Or were they told not to do that?
Well, there's the big question,
this is
isn't
the
it?
story. I think they were told not to do that because I know some of them are decent reporters and they went to school for journalism.
Yeah.
And you can't dig one onion deeper
Yeah.
to find out that this Ray Gupta guy paid your ransom, and his son took his McLaren as part of it. So the Crypto King had a McLaren, which is a really, really expensive car. I think so. It's well over the 700,000 mark. So Ray Gupta's son took it.
Are we going to get kidnapped now that we've been doing this?
Well,
it just occurred to me. Uh-oh.
Yeah, maybe so. But I
Oh,
challenged the
God.
mainstream media. I meant this story's like
I'm joking,
right,
but not that much.
this story's like right under your nose. And I meant
And they dropped
me
it.
saying this, everyone can go on. You
Yeah, that's why I say
Go-
this is
go right to the
searchable.
Go right to the Sunway Group web page, and they'll list this Radisson hotel and where we were at before. So, what I wanted to do, so we went to the Delta Hotel earlier, right?
Yeah.
So I thought I'd call and say, "Oh, can I book a room at the Delta?"
Right.
Oh no, we're booked up.
Yeah.
So he's pretending, but this is it. There's hotels in Oshawa.
Well, they're booked
There's
up
hotels
alright.
in Windsor. All of this. So this is a big smelly fish, and it needs to be investigated.
What do you think of all those buses and stuff in the back there?
Well, I think they're picking people up at the airport and bringing them back here. That's
Yeah,
what
I think so. That's what I said on my
That's
live
what it
stream
is.
here.
Or down to Windsor or to the border crossing,
whatever, but
grabbing them
it's-
and then bringing them back up
It's all
there.
part of this,
This is all the,
because there's a load of them back there.
Yeah.
And this is definitely family.
that's what Loki thinks too.
Yeah,
Loki's
okay,
positive.
Loki's in there. So yeah, this is it. And however many hundreds of rooms they have in this,
Yeah.
and how many gets full, I don't know. But we're seeing the people we're seeing coming in and out seem like well dressed, and like they're not drug addicts.
No.
They're well dressed, and
This
a lot
is
of them are
definitely
black.
100%
And
migrant.
you know where they're coming from, I don't know. But we haven't really been able to talk to people. Hi. We're just doing. I'm not shooting your thing, but we're just doing a little research on this building. Are you living in here? No, this. Yeah. So where do you come from? Oh, Uganda. Okay. So are they treating you well? Sorta, a little bit. Not so much, eh? It's a little tough. And how long will you be able to stay here? You don't know? They don't tell you? Oh. Oh, you have to have enough money to move out. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, well, thanks. Well, good luck. Alrighty, bye. So from Uganda,
Okay.
and I said, are they treating you well? And they're like, well, not so much, eh? No,
Yeah.
not really. And I said, well, how do you get out? I said, well, we have to have enough money to leave, which means a job, etc.,
Yeah.
right? So that was a young man,
Yeah.
you know.
About 20,
And we got,
24
you know,
years.
families here
Yeah.
with young children. Yeah, and I say most of them are black that I've seen. Is that right for you too?
Yeah,
Most of them?
African accent.
Yeah.
Uganda.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say these are mostly African.
Congo.
And in the other hotel, the guy said that I was speaking to, Jason, he said most of the refugees are either, they're from Africa, and he said he knew one girl from Ukraine.
Yeah.
But basically they're coming in from Africa, it looks like. And
Yeah.
these anyway, the ones that we've gone to. We'll try and maybe get to another one. I know Priscilla had mentioned there's one in Whitby,
Yeah.
but we'll do our
Yeah,
best.
and the one in Whitby, guess who owns the one in Whitby?
Gupta?
Ratan Gupta owns that one in Whitby too.
Gupta. Okay.
Yeah, so there's some stuff going out in Whitby next week that we might go help Jess with.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go down. We'll do that
Okay,
hotel
cool.
while
I
we're
won't
down.
be here. I'll be in Nova Scotia,
Oh, you'll be in Nova
everybody.
Scotia, but I'll bring the crew down.
Yeah, bring the crew. That'd be cool.
We'll check that one out.
So yeah, this one's definitely, I mean, I don't know how clean it is inside, but the two that we went to the one today.
Yeah.
And what was the St. Edward's?
Edwards Hotel.
Edward's Hotel. That was
Yeah,
pretty
Edwards
gross.
Hotel.
We
Edwards
did
was-
manage to get in the door.
Yeah.
And it was like that, like dark and
Yeah.
kind of nasty, eh?
And that Edwards Hotel, believe it or
Hey.
not, was a 5-star hotel at one time.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So you see families.
you know, what's he doing?
I don't know.
If,
I don't know.
he's making money doing something, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
Sounds
we're going to
like
keep
human
on
traffic.
this story. And if anybody has any other tips as to where they think that there's a migrant hotel, by all means, or
Let
a
us
drug
know.
den hotel,
Yeah.
by all means, we'll keep following this story as best we can. Should we say goodbye to everybody? Oh, wait.
Freedom,
Thanks
everyone.
for sharing a light on that truck. Thank you. Okay, freedom,
Freedom.
everybody. Keep an eye on us, and everybody do well, and have a good day. Bye, everybody.
Freedom.
Freedom.